Hi YouTube, my name is Troy and this is my service dog Gunner, and I just thought I'd start a little video blog thing of what the everyday life what the everyday life is like for a combat veteran with a service dog. And I figured I'd start off with some of the things that just absolutely annoy me. And that's the only reason why I wanted to start off with that is because today I had to go to a couple appointments and stuff, and I seem to get a lot of the same repeated things over and over again. It just drives me up a wall sometimes. First thing, I'll have his vest on. I got his vest actually right here. Okay, my service dog is still in training. Okay, it says service dog in training. Now on the other side, it's got it right there too. See, service dog in training. Right? And one of the things that just absolutely annoy me is people will see that he's a service dog, right? And they'll run up to me and they'll be like, "Hey, oh, can I pet your dog? Can I please pet your dog?" No, you cannot pet my dog. He's a service dog. He's working, you know. And that's just one thing that just absolutely annoys me. Like the other day, for example, yesterday I was at a restaurant, and this little kid comes up, and he's like, "Oh, can I pet your dog?" And I'm like, "No." I told him, I was like, "I'm sorry, but he's working right now." And the little kid just starts petting him anyways. And normally that would annoy me, but this kid was just so little. I was like, whatever. He didn't understand what I was saying, And, I was just, waiting to use the restroom anyway. So I was like, whatever. I just let it go. But then, like about 5 minutes after that, this grown man comes up, and he's like, "Can I pet your dog?" And I was like, "No, he's working right now." And then this guy, he was about my age. This guy's like, "Well, how come that little kid got to pet your dog?" And I'm like, "Really, guy? Really? You're going to act like a kid over it?" I'm like, "No. This is ridiculous." But anyways, so that's one thing that gets on my nerves. People asking me constantly, all the time, "Can I pet your dog?" Let's see, what's another thing? Oh yeah, people ask me, is he a boy or is he a boy or is he a girl? And I'm like, I can't help but think to myself, I'm like, why does that matter? Why does it matter? He ain't here for you. He's here for me. It just gets on, that's just another thing that just gets on my nerves. Oh, and my favorite too is when people ask if they can pet the dog, and I say no, and they pet him anyways. Alright, now I'm like, then I get mad, and I'm like, dude, I just said no, he's working. "Oh, well, I just couldn't help myself." Well, freaking learn how. Man. That's just a few things that get on my nerves. Let's see, what's the other one? Oh, another thing too. I went to Dollar Tree, and while I was in there, one of the guys that worked there comes up to me and he's like, "Your dog is too big, he can't be in here." Alright, and I'm like, "He's a service dog." The guy's like, "Oh, okay." And I couldn't help but think to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. So if he was a small dog, you wouldn't have said nothing because he's small. But because he's bigger than a small dog, now you feel the need to say something. I remember another time I stopped into this little corner store, and the people were like, "Oh, you can't have your dog in here." Right? And I'm like, "Oh, he's a service dog, and I'm allowed to have him anywhere." And the lady's like, "Well, you still can't bring him in here. We serve food here." And I'm like, "Yeah, so they freaking serve food at restaurants too, and he's allowed in there. I don't see the problem." And she didn't care. And this is what really got me too. She didn't even care that the dog was a service dog or anything. She just was not having me in there with the dog. And So I ended up having to call their managers and stuff and tell them what happened, and they tried to, you know, get me to come back by like giving me coupons for free stuff and whatnot. And I was like, no, you don't understand, man. I was discriminated against, you know. And I'm like, your staff kicked me out of the store. I'm like, I'm never coming back. You know, that's just a couple things that get on my nerves. Let's see, what else? What's another thing that absolutely peeves me? Oh, yeah, people will ask me, like, they'll ask me stuff like, well, where did you get him? How did you get him? And I'm like, why does it even matter where I got him or how I got him? He's not for you. He didn't come here. He's not here for your entertainment. Oh, and here's one thing that gets on my nerves. People will ask me, people will ask me all the time. They'll be like, can I feed your dog? Can I feed your dog this pork chop or something like that? You know, and I'm like, no, please don't. You know, he's working. What part of he's working do people not understand? I don't get it. But yeah, man, it's just super annoying, some of the things people do when you have a service dog. You know, oh, here's a big pet peeve of mine. I'm sitting there in the doctor's office. I went to the VA. I'm sitting there at the doctor's office, just waiting to do my lab stuff. You know, they wanted to draw some blood from me and all that. And this guy is sitting across the room trying to call the dog, going. And I'm like, really, guy? Really? You're gonna freaking start calling a service dog? You're distracting him. That's against the law. First off, that's another thing too, man. That just gets on my nerves. Like, I'll try to make people aware that, you know, they're breaking the law and by distracting a service dog, and they don't care. They just keep freaking doing it. It pisses me off. I'm like, man, you know, what if he's like a seizure alert dog or something like that? You know, he's not. He's a service dog for PTSD. But still, I'm like, what if he's a seizure alert dog and I'm starting to have a seizure and now he's distracted because you're freaking calling him to you? You know, that gets on my nerves. And then people that have the audacity to try to call the dog to him will be like, how come, is your dog stupid or something? How come he isn't coming to me? I'm like, no, he's not stupid. He's actually really, really smart. And he knows that he's not supposed to come up to you. So, that's just a few things that get on my nerves when it comes to going out in public with a service dog. And like, oh yeah, and here's another thing that gets on my freaking nerves. Like, this one time, not too long ago, I was at a Walmart, and I went into the restroom, and this man was in the restroom too, and he's like washing his hands or whatever, and feels the need to tell his buddy, oh, the nerve of some people bringing their dogs to grocery stores, right? And I turn around, I'm like, well, excuse me, sir, but I need my dog. He's my service dog. Oh, I understand that, but you still shouldn't bring him to a grocery store. And I'm like, you freaking asshole. I'm like, the reason why I'm able to come to the grocery store and get the things that I need is because of my dog. I'm like, so just freaking back off, you know what I mean? You see, he's a service dog. Regardless of what your opinion is, I have the right to have my dog at the grocery store with me. I'm like, so if you got a problem with that, then freaking, you know, tell Washington, D.C. or something, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, and even then, they're just going to laugh in your face and be like, well, you know, people need them service dogs, so, you know. Sorry, guy. But, oh, man. Oh, and another thing that just gets on my nerves is, like, everywhere I go, I hear, oh, look, there's a dog. There's a dog. Go look at the dog. Go check out that dog. Go look at the dog. I'm like, no, please don't. First off, like, anybody who has a service dog never wanted a service dog. Okay? They have a service dog because they need a service dog. They're not trying to walk around and, uh, like, this isn't a freaking circus. Okay? I'm not going around with my dog for everybody else's entertainment. Okay? I'm just trying to be a normal guy, walking around, doing my thing, going grocery shopping or enjoying some time with friends at a restaurant or whatever. I just want to be a normal person and go through my day-to-day life with, little to no problems like everybody else, But yeah, but other people don't seem to see it that way, man. They just want you to, or they want to put you on display or something like that, and it just drives me nuts. Absolutely nuts. Oh man. Oh, and another thing that gets on my nerves. People will come up and be like, well, he's not going to bite me, is he? Why doesn't he have a muzzle on? I'm like, he's a service dog. He's not going to bite you. And I don't need a muzzle on him. He's not an aggressive dog. If he was aggressive, guess what? He couldn't be a service dog. So, but that's just a few of the things that just annoy the crap out of me. I'll probably make more videos of things that annoy me as I remember them. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this channel. This is a new project for me, so if you have any comments or any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Please subscribe to my channel, and yeah, that's it. Have a good one.